Hello, my sweet beloveds. Welcome to this video. So this is gonna be twin flames, the topic. It's about your twin flame journey, where you are on your twin flame journey. It's a timeless reading, so you can come back to this reading after a while. Maybe now you're at a certain stage in your twin flame journey, and who knows, 2 months from now you may be at another stage. Alright, and I have 5 piles here, so whatever pile or piles you are attracted to, go for them. Okay, so I'm gonna give you time now to choose. Alright, see you at your pile. Alright, pile 1. Some of you may be a little bit disappointed because of this, because I specifically set the intention for this pile to be the pile of people who don't have a twin flame. So I repeat, this pile is the pile of people who don't have a twin flame. You can get triggered by this message, or you can listen to this message, because a lot of people, I noticed a lot of people think that they have a twin flame when actually they don't. They want to have a twin flame because they heard certain stories about the twin flame journey and the twin flame connection, and they think, oh my god, it's gonna be so amazing, I wish I have a twin flame and all of that. This is also a pile for people who are wondering if they have or don't have a twin flame, and you got your answer. So you don't have a twin flame, and especially if you're the type of person who thinks they have a twin flame, this is important for you. It's an important message for you, because some people tolerate a lot of things from the wrong person because they think that person is their twin flame, and it's not. Okay? It happens. Some people may think they have a twin flame because it's such a... I don't know. A lot of people just presented it in a certain way, and some people may be attracted to this whole idea of twin flame. If you don't already have a twin flame, no worries. You will. If that's your desire as a soul, you will. It's just not at this time in your soul journey. And this is specifically important for people who are in certain toxic connections, and you think that toxicity, it's something that your counterpart is going through, but they will fix. They won't. This is not your twin flame, okay? Please listen to this message. Don't waste your time. And there's a reason I chose this deck for this pile, because it's called the Dark Mirror, and this deck is all about certain dark and bad patterns that people go through. So this doesn't mean that there isn't a message here for you, but that's exactly the message. You don't have a twin flame. This doesn't mean you don't have a chance at a beautiful romantic connection. You can very well have a soulmate, but it's a soulmate, okay? It's not a twin flame. And if right now you're in a connection with someone who is a bit toxic and you think they're gonna fix that, please don't tolerate that. Don't have the patience with them, because this is not someone that needs patience from you. This is someone who needs you to walk away from them, and you need to walk away from them. Okay, so what do you need to know right now? Artificial heart. See? This person is not the person to wait around for. They're not the person for you. The person for you is right around the corner. You just have to walk away from this toxic person. Peaceful among thorns. Okay? This is you. You are peaceful among thorns, but this doesn't mean that you have to just give your kindness and all the beautiful things about you to the wrong people, because this is not the right person for you, okay? Wake up, please. Queen of my world. So, I'm getting two messages with this card. So, this person might have lied to you that you are the queen/king of their world. It was a lie. It was sweet talk meant to keep you caged in their lies, in their manipulation, in their darkness, in their game, basically. And they saw you, they saw how beautiful you are. They don't want to let you go because they're kind of feeding on you, because they have an artificial heart. You may actually be dating a narcissist here, my baby. Run away. Run away. You have to be the runner. And the other message that I'm getting with this card, Queen of My World, is you have to be the queen of your own world. Queen or king of your own world. You have to be that. So I like the fact that I put this pile here in this reading, because it's kind of similar to what the Divine Feminine is going through in the Twin Flame journey, and maybe that's exactly why you thought you have a Twin Flame, because maybe this person is in your life to trigger some things inside of you that a Twin Flame would for other people. So maybe that's why you were thinking you have a Twin Flame. You don't. You will not be with this person. Okay? You will not be with this person. There are a lot of other people for you. And your soulmate cannot meet you unless you let go of this toxic situation. How do you let go of this toxic situation? Obsession. Let go of the obsession. This is an obsession. This is not love. It's not that beautiful romantic connection that has the purity that eventually the twin flame connection leads to. This person will never reach the purity that you're seeking for, and you yourself have the potential for and may already have within your heart. So let go of the obsession. This is an obsession. And more often than not, for certain people, this kind of thing, this kind of connection is a toxic connection that basically triggers the wounds inside of us. And whatever dynamic we had in our childhood, whether your attachment style is, I don't know, anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, or whatever other type of attachment there is, this is meant to trigger that. And have you take a look at that and understand that this is just an obsession that derives from your wounds, from your childhood. So basically what you have to do is let go of this person, understand that you are the peace among thorns, but it's about time to take those thorns out of your skin. Triumph of lies. Triumph of lies. Okay? This is not good for you. It's not good for you. Let go of the obsession. Let go of the obsession of the idea of twin flames. It's not for everyone, and this is not meant to insult you in any way, okay? It's just not meant for everyone at any given time. Like I said, if you have the desire as a soul to have a twin flame, you will reach that point. It's just not for you in this lifetime, okay? Let go of this toxic person. Blinded to pain, see? So basically, it's an obsession because of your childhood and all the patterns that were going on in your childhood and all the whole way the family you were brought up by, the whole dynamic in your family and all the ways they treated you in, resulted in this. This is just something that is meant to trigger you into reconnecting with yourself and healing yourself, looking at all the bullets that they shot into your heart. And I'm talking about all the pain that you have from this lifetime. And not only, by the way, if you want if you want readings about subconscious wounds, past life wounds, contact me. So basically, peaceful among thorns. And this whole wheel behind this person is reminding me of the Wheel of Fortune. But for a very long time, it was not turned in your favor, unfortunately. But it's about time to make that shift. And I'm just, as soon as I said that, I just felt a very terrible energy from this person. They don't want you to, they want you to be stuck to them. They want you to be obsessed with them. Obsessed. Isn't it interesting that when I said obsessed, I was pointing at this card? So basically, what you're going through right now is just a repetition of the dynamics that you were going through in your childhood. And you are blinded to pain. And by pain, I would say. And this person is sticky. They want to stick around in toxic patterns, and they want you to stick around in toxic patterns. And basically, this person sees you as a toy. This is not someone that will make you happy. And frankly, they don't even want you to be happy. They see this potential within you. The potential of happiness, they want to steal that from you. They're a very dark soul. Listen to me. I'm getting the message that this person... Okay, so this is very specific for some of you. It's not for all of you, okay? So this person is actually the reincarnation of a fallen angel. Not one of the high ones, of the ones in the high levels of the hierarchy. One of the ones in the lesser hierarchy, but still a person a soul who willingly chose darkness, and they are in that group of souls. And they want you to be stuck to them. There are certain cords. I would advise you to listen to some Reiki, look at some Reiki videos and cord cutting videos, basically. It will help you a lot. And look into psychology and just have a lot of emotional trauma healing practices. Whatever kind of practice suits you, go for that. But this is not supposed to be the triumph of lies. Just like the Wheel of Fortune, it's turning. And again, when I said that, this person doesn't like that. I feel just such a bad energy of terrible attachment to the way things are. This person doesn't like you. This person wants to torture you. They don't like you. It's a triumph of lies that they want for you, for them, for like within this. Okay, for others of you, this is someone who is a human soul who went on the dark path, and they are literally possessed by a dark angel, a fallen angel, a dark entity. Actually, multiple. So they have a lot of disincarnate beings attached to them, and on top of that, they have a link to one of the fallen guys. And actually, for this group, the human souls who are attached to the dark side, they're actually linked by a karmic cord to one of the actual top bad guys in the dark hierarchies. So, baby, this is not the person for you. Okay? Okay. Sacrifice. There's a sacrifice you need to make. But it's a sacrifice that leads to victory. It's a false sense of sacrifice. It's not, oh my God, I'm just sensing such a bad energy from them. They're gonna be so upset. Wow, listen. They will try to gaslight you. They will try to do a lot of terrible things. And again, triumph of lies. They will give their best to deceive you. My advice for you is to not even talk to them anymore. This is how you defeat them. I just sense, when I'm saying this, I just sense their hopelessness. This is definitely a narcissist. At least a narcissist. Hold on, let me drink a little bit. So this is someone who is feeding on your energy. Again, another very specific message. If this person talked to you about children and promised you a future where you could have children, or if you already have children and they said they're gonna take care of them, it's because they want to feed on their energy. So whether they promised you a family or you already have children and they said they're gonna take them as their family, it's not because they actually like children, it's not because they like you, it's because they want to feed on their energy, on their life force. They love that. And it's not just them, it's all the people and the beings who are attached to them, who are possessing them, that want to feed on that. And this is the thing, this is how you destroy their power. Once you understand that they are possessed. It's not just this person here. There are multiple people here. A lot of disincarnate people attached to them from their bloodline, and also whatever other beings I have talked about. So you have to cut the karmic cords to this person. And I'm also getting that you actually have common ancestors. There is something in your bloodline that is tying you together, or you could actually be souls who know each other very well. Oh, I'm getting this very powerfully. So maybe some of you are actually earth angels. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And this is a fallen angel. You know this. You know this soul. Or at least so again, there are two categories here. The ones who are directly fallen angels incarnate as this person, or the ones who are possessed. And you know the fallen angel in this equation. You know them from before. You know them because you are a warrior specifically assigned either by your elders, either by yourself, to deal with this, to cut their cords and cut their power. You specifically designed this for yourself in this lifetime. Congratulations. I know it's painful. I know it's a triumph of thorns and of lies that you had to go through, but you have the power. Look at this. Look at how I pushed the card when I said that. Okay, you have the power to cut this person from their illusion of power. Isn't this interesting? You can write that down, not necessarily in the comments, just in your journal, in your manifestation rituals, or whatever you want. You can write that down. You have the power to cut this person from their illusion of power. You have the power to do that. And just look how sad they will be once you do that. You have the power to do that, okay? Today for tomorrow. Today for tomorrow. Once you do that and fulfill this, you will be able to meet your soulmate and your soul tribe. This is a karmic cycle that you have to close. You have to go through this karmic cycle, close it, and finally fulfill this part of your destiny, and then get into the next cycle of your destiny, which is a lot more beautiful. Okay, pile one, this has been your reading. I loved it. And just look, do you see how I pulled all the cards together and this is exactly the one that came on top. Great, right? Okay, so I love this for you. Congratulations. Today for tomorrow, my babies. Shine bright. You have the power to do that. Hello, hello. Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So, I first have some oracle cards here and then we will pull the tarot for more details. So let's go. Ancestors, interesting. Wisdom. This is very interesting. Ancestors and wisdom. So already, ooh, this is powerful. This is very powerful. A lot of your ancestors are coming through and they're giving you a lot of wisdom. So listen out. There are a lot of people in your bloodline. In your bloodlines, because this is a collective reading. So there are a lot of people in your bloodlines. For some of you, this is actually very powerful. This is for this is not for all of you. This is for some, and you will feel if this applies. In your bloodlines, every few generations, every 3 or 4 generations, for some of you 5 generations, for others 6 or 7 generations, even 8, 9, depends. Depends how powerful the bloodline wants to be. So every there's a specific set of generations that every time, every 3, 4, 5, etc. generations, twin flames come incarnate in your bloodline. Or if it's not twin flames, it's at least very powerful souls. Souls who are already crowned in their crown chakra. So souls who are already very spiritual, very potent spiritually, very powerful. And every now and then they come incarnate to, on one hand, purge the bloodline again and reclaim the power of the bloodline. This is amazing. You are actually incarnate in very, very powerful and blessed bloodlines. And I'm specifically getting the message that in this lifetime, those of you who are incarnate right now are supposed to reclaim the power of your bloodlines. So for a lot of you, you could have royal bloodlines from ancient times. If not that, it's at least bloodlines who have to do with royalty. Bloodlines who in the past were part of the royal apparatus of states. And let's say 3 generations before you, maybe the people incarnate at that time had very high status, very important positions and jobs in society that gave them a very high status, and they were very important for the community they were in, and they had a lot of fame, especially the man, because, well, that was the time, but the woman was no lesser than the man. So, oh my God, listen. This could very well be you as well. This is even more specific. For a lot of you, this is actually you choosing to come. Oh my God, this is so powerful and so specific. Every now and then, you choose to come incarnate in the same bloodline to reawaken the divine blueprint in that bloodline. So literally, every now and then, you are your own ancestor. This is amazing. I love that. Okay, so we have alone in the world. Oh, I can feel that. I can understand that. And the temple of my body. Oh, interesting. The temple of my body. Whew. Okay, so another specific message I'm getting. I don't know for how many this applies, but I am seeing either this life or past lives or both in the Middle East and or the Nordic European countries. So it's and or the Middle East and or the Nordic European countries. And because of that, I urge you to connect to those histories and those ancestries and those mythologies. Powerful. Okay. Another thing I want to point out, isn't it interesting that so far we haven't got a single message about your twin flame and only about you? This is amazing. This already tells me that you individualized yourself already from your twin flame. But it came at a cost of feeling alone in the world. And I can totally feel that. I understand you. There's a deep pain in this feeling. And there's a feeling of abandonment and abandonment issues, especially from past lives. And I'm getting from some of you, it's specifically your last life. For others, it's the last 7 lifetimes. And those of you for whom this applies with the last 7 lifetimes, those were spread between the Middle East and the Nordic European countries. So it could very well be that you came incarnate all across this whole region from the Middle East all the way up north to the Nordic European countries. So you could have literally ancestry all across this area, from the north of Europe to the Middle East. But it's like, for the ones of you for whom this applies, it first started in the Middle East, and then the bloodline moved to the Nordic European countries. And right now you're supposed to claim that energy back to you. And isn't it interesting that it's kind of like a song of ice and fire? This is basically the title of the Game of Thrones books. But it's also, Middle East is fire, it's the desert, and it's also Scorpio energy. And then we've got the Nordic European countries, and come on, they're very famous for their history and mythology as well. Very interesting. Again, if you want past life readings, and I'm feeling for you, this will help you a lot, especially for those of you for whom the thing of the 7 past lives applies. There's a key to understanding some patterns of soul evolution for you in the last 7 lifetimes that you had, and it's all within the same bloodline. But it moved geographically, it moved. The bloodline moved. But every time it moved, there's a specific key that had to, like a destiny key or something like that, a key of understanding the purpose of the bloodline being in the place it was at that specific time in history. Okay. Oh my god, another okay, so this ties to your twin flame. So for some of you, the bloodline could have could have split. And it's split in different ancestries across 7 different generations. And amazingly, you came incarnate in one of those ancestries, and your twin flame came incarnate in the other ancestry. So, you and your twin flame were incarnate at one point, and you started a family. And then your children, you had more than one child. And your children themselves had more children. And so on. And because it was never a one child bloodline, but a multiple children bloodline, it evolved. It was big. The family tree was big, so it spread a lot. But if we trace the ancestry of both you and your twin flame, at one point, this is cute. You and your twin flame came incarnate as your own ancestors that started the bloodline that now you're bringing back together. Amazing. I love this. Again, you are bringing back the power of your bloodlines. Amazing. And this is why it's so important for you to connect to the ancestry and the history of those places. And again, past life readings, past life regression and all of that, and memories, and even dreams, especially for those of you who are very connected to the Middle East. A lot of dreams happening. A lot of dreams, especially during Pisces transits. So whenever planets are going through Pisces and there's a lot of activity in Pisces, there's a lot of that coming back to you, basically. But I'm also getting that, oh God. So it can be the Nordic European countries here, or even Eastern European countries, but in any case, it's just countries with a very cold approach and a very cold emotional understanding of life. Countries with a very cold emotional world. So basically, the last time you were incarnate together, it was at a time and a place where people were a lot more emotionally mature. And right now there's there's a lot of trauma going on in the places where you came incarnate. A lot of generational trauma. It's like for you right now, you're looking down at the people that came after you in your bloodline, and you're so disappointed that you literally decided to come back incarnate in the same bloodline to purify it from the bullshit that those people brought into it. And like, you're so disappointed by those people that came after you. You're like, what did you do with the heritage that I gave you? It was a heritage of wisdom and of knowledge, but at some point it got broken because of the intervention of the dark elites. So right now you're mingling and tackling with that in order to purify that. And it's like, in my country, we have this archetype of the weavers, and I know that's an archetype in a lot of ancient cultures, and I specifically get the image of the weavers from my country of this lifetime, because the word for the machine, the tool with which women were traditionally weaving in Romania, it's called război. And the same word also means war. So isn't this interesting? So you're basically detangling the doings and the consequences of war. And I'm literally getting like, your bloodline had, a lot of people in your bloodline have literally witnessed war, and there was a lot of rapture, karmic rapture in those times, specifically the world wars. And not only the world wars, but there was a lot of karmic rapture during certain wars, and especially the wars that are very significant for your country. Well, basically what I'm getting here is that a lot of wars are actually pre-planned by the dark elites, and there's a lot of agenda, and that agenda also includes exactly what I said, rapturing the karmic load, the good karmic load within bloodlines, within people, and then interfering with bad karma, with pain and suffering, and a lot of the thing is that when a lot of people die around you and you're not that awakened and you're very low vibrationally because it's a war and you're suffering and you're stressed and you're panicked and attacked, a lot of people that die around you can actually get attached to you. There's a story from a woman from Japan, and she's a survivor of one of the bombs of the Second World War in Japan. And basically when the bomb was acting out and killing a lot of people around her, a lot of people, a lot of souls attached to her, and later on she was blessed to have contact with a shaman, and the shaman released those souls from her, and it was 90 souls that were attached to her from that experience of the Second World War. 90 souls. So again, there's a heavy karmic load that you're detangling here. This is amazing. This is amazing. And also I'm getting... You're meant to come together with your twin flame once you have fully detangled all of that and you have fully reclaimed the power of your bloodline that you yourself set in place ages ago. Amazing. I love that. Congratulations. Okay, let's go through the tarot. And if the tarot doesn't give us info about your twin flame, because look, the oracles don't give us information about your twin flame, like specifically right now. What's your twin flame doing right now? What are they thinking about you and all of that? If the tarot doesn't give us any information about that either, then it just means it's not meant to be your focus right now. You're meant to be focused on yourself and your own inner work and your own royalty. You're meant to focus on your royalty and your stamina, karmic stamina, because you have a lot of that. You have a lot of karmic stamina, and exactly because of that, you can purge this whole bloodline that, again, like I said, you yourself set in place. You can also check your ancestry, and 7 or 9 generations before you, the family name could be very important. And it may be your own family name. That may be the time when you were incarnate in your bloodline at that point. Okay, so what is your twin flame doing right now? Did you see that? I mean, obviously you saw that, but like... What? What was that? So your twin flame is very secretive. They don't want you to know what they're doing. They're keeping secrets from you. Not necessarily bad secrets. They're working and they're waiting on something to fulfill itself. Something that they put work into. Oh, look, great. Okay, I need one more card. Okay. All right. No, I need a clarification for... Do you see how many pentacles there are? All right. So in terms of union, this is, I pulled this card specifically with the message of union. Is it happening? Is it not? You're not supposed to know. Because what I'm getting here is that there's a lot of you connecting to this pile. And there's a lot of you in different stages of your twin flame journey. So for some of you, you're still in separation. For some of you, you could even be in the honeymoon phase of your twin flame journey. For some others of you, you can already have your union and be together. So there's a lot going on here in terms of the twin flames connecting to this pile. Because what I'm getting is that you're not necessarily supposed to be focused on your twin flame and what exactly they're doing right now. It's more like your work and your work both together and individually, but it's a lot about the karmic load that is happening and it's going on here, and it's also, as you saw, a lot about your ancestry and your bloodlines and your ancestors. I'm also getting that it's a very good time to connect to your roots, and I'm also getting that when you do come together, or if you already are together and you plan on getting married, it's actually very good for you to honor the heritage of the country you're born into right now and the heritage of the previous lives you had and the cultures of those lifetimes. And somehow your marriage ceremony be a ceremony that honors all of that. So it's like an eclectic ceremony that chooses to honor the spiritual traditions that you have practiced throughout lifetimes. But for a lot of you, if you plan on getting married, it's do it in your country, in your home country, in this life. Do it there. It's very good for you to do it there because it honors the whole purpose of this lifetime, and literally the marriage ceremony once again has the karmic influence of purging the bloodline and clarifying all of it. Okay, so your twin flame right now, it's working their ass out. Like really doing it. And I'm getting the message that they have been doing it for so long, they are accustomed to the work they're doing and the work they have right now. So this could mean two things. Either the work, like professional work, like literally the world work, the normal meaning of work, that they, so this person is not young, this person is not at the beginning of their career. If it is, then this talks about their future. But for most of you, this person is already mature enough to already have a career that they're kind of very skilled at. Well, not kind of, they are actually very skilled at. And they have a good CV. So what I'm getting here is like, do you see this tool? This is their CV. This is their past and their knowledge and their skills, their abilities in the field they're working in. And they're getting their coin, they're getting their money, they're doing all of that. So their work, it's coming naturally to them, and they're very focused on that, but not only. So basically for the past, especially 7 years, again, 7, the number 7 comes through a lot here. And this is the 7 of Pentacles. So it's a karmic cycle that is coming with rewards. Because they... Interesting that I touched this card. It could be rewards from their past life. This could be knowledge that they gathered in their past life and they're using now. Not necessarily. So basically what they're doing, it comes naturally for them. They have a lot of experience and expertise in their field of work. And it comes naturally for them, and they don't have to stress about their work anymore because they know they can do the job and they know they're very good at what they do, or at least their experience vouches for them. Hold on, please, I need to drink. So because their experience vouches for them, they're not stressed about their material stability, but it feels like they're still waiting for something to come to completion, to come to fruition. They don't want to tell you what this is about, but they know that they want to do that for themselves and for you. So all the rewards that are coming out of this, part of that is for themselves, and they also want to give you some of that as well. So whatever rewards they're getting from their career, from their financial gains, from their material security, they want to take you into that. They want to make you a part of that. But what I'm feeling is that they are debating about something within themselves. They're in the process of making a decision. It's more like the decision is already made. They already know what they want to do. It's just a matter of how they're going to do it. Because you are their passion, their object of desire. This is not to say that you're an object for them. On the contrary, they admire you a lot. And you inspire a lot of passion in them. You stir them up. You are their fire. So they are a very grounded person. They could have a lot of earth placements, or if not a lot, at least the ones that they have are very powerful earth placements, and it helps them a lot. But it kind of also makes them scared a bit, scared of losing their stability. This is one of their biggest fears, if not their biggest fear, losing their stability. They need to feel like they have their feet on the ground. Oh my God, I'm feeling this very personally. But for me, it's not about financial security. It's about literally having my feet on the ground. Okay, so I died drowning in my last life. And because of that, I'm afraid of not touching the ground. Because I died drowning. And my feet were not touching any ground when that was happening. So this shows me that they are afraid of something. Actually, they have many fears accumulated from the ways they died in their past lives and the ways they were betrayed in their past lives. And they're hoping you're not going to betray them the same way. And I really feel like saying it that way. You're not going to betray them the same way. And I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I don't even want to tap that much into the reason for that. Because what I feel is that so, oh my God. They have collected all of this trauma, all of this hurt, all of these wounds, but they have understood through these experiences that they have to control the situations and to some extent even the people around them, and carefully choose the people around them. And for some of them, they have a very small circle at this point. They could even have just 5 friends or 5 people around them. Some of these people, like maybe 3 friends and 2 relatives, or the other way around, 2 friends and 3 relatives that are very close to them. And other than that, there's no one that close to them. And they're looking at you and the potential of you two being together, which kind of scares them. It's like they don't want to fall into a trap. But somehow it's like the trap is the trap of losing you. So they're debating on what is it that would result into losing you, because they don't want to walk into that trap, and they're looking at the past. They're looking at what they did. Basically, they're collecting all this information from the past. And in this card, it's the Five of Swords. I'm sorry. So in this card, there are two swords here that this person is looking at. But they also have 5 swords in their arms already. And the Five of Swords, the card of the Five of Swords, is a card of turmoil and a card of someone who is determined to win at all costs, but hurts a lot of people in the process. And maybe they did this in the past. And they hurt a lot of people in their past because they had this attitude. And they had this attitude exactly because of the pain they went through and the trauma, the turmoil, and the betrayal they felt in the past, both in this life and others. Oh my god, hold on, I need to drink again. There's a lot coming through right now. I'm glad we're getting to the bottom of this, because as you saw in the beginning, your twin flame was not really willing to let you know. I'm still feeling like there's something that there still is something that they don't want you to know about. Maybe they're planning on proposing to you at some point in the future. Maybe they're definitely planning on including you in their life in a very stable way and making it very official, very stable, very grounded, very earthy, catching roots together. They also want to provide for you and take care of you. But they feel like you're gonna be very feisty for what they did in the past and for the way they waited to take care of you. They waited too long, far too long. Meanwhile, you did your own thing and you became independent and stable and quite a spiritual figure yourself. May I add, they themselves were guided to your light and inspired by you to become such a spiritual figure themselves, but they were far too afraid of that. And their whole inner turmoil, but exactly, oh my god, I'm getting so many messages right now, like it's all coming through. I love this. But exactly, oh my god, listen. So this is exactly how your twin flame is like, your twin flame journey. They're gonna hide from you, or they are hiding from you right now. But once they break through, all of this is gonna come just flowing. They're gonna reach a point where they can't hold in anymore, and it's just like, what I'm seeing is that, see all of these swords, it's like all the secrets they are keeping from you or have kept from you, they're just gonna feel like dropping them all together, all at once. And it's like an avalanche of truth that is coming your way at that point, and you're gonna see their true self. Really their true self. And it's gonna shock you. It's even gonna shock you. And it's also gonna shock you the amount of success they have had in their personal life without you, and the amount of secrets they have kept from you all this time, all along. Like, I'm getting, even if you watched tarot readings, if you listened to tarot readings, there's a lot of things that did not come through in those tarot readings. Because it's their message, their mission, to tell these things to you face to face, one-on-one. So they're keeping a lot of things close to their heart, and they want to tell you about all of those things, but they need the right moment for that. And the right moment is like, they see you being very feisty about this, very upset about this, but oh my god, listen, they want to have the right emotional intelligence for this. They want to be at the right stage in their life when they have the proper emotion. This is coming from their higher self. So everything up until now was specifically about their incarnate self, But this one is coming from their higher self, their spirit self. It's like, listen, I want to be. It's taken so long, or it has been taking so long, because I need to be at the right moment in my life where I have the proper emotional intelligence to address all of this. Currently, I'm not having it. I need to develop it. It's not gonna last too long. It's like 3 months from now. Take this with a grain of salt, okay? Because in tarot readings, especially collective tarot readings, whenever there's a prediction about the time, it may not apply to all of the people watching that collective tarot reading. And I tell you from personal experience, from readings that were given to me, sometimes in tarot readings, when you hear the message, it's gonna happen soon. That is soon for the spirit world. It's not soon for your incarnate self. Soon for the spirit world can mean 3 years from now, 7 years from now, which is not soon for our incarnate minds. So again, take that with a grain of salt. But I got this message of like 3 months from now. So maybe 3 months from now, they're gonna propose, depending on your situation and the evolution that you've already had and they have already had, depending where you are at. They want to be stable. They want to be very stable, both financially, materially, and emotionally. They are already stable enough materially, even though they doubt themselves, because they want more for themselves and for you. They want to be able to provide to you a lot. But it's like, there's this conversation between your higher selves. It's like your higher self, as the divine feminine, is telling this person, the divine masculine, like, listen, you're never gonna be at my emotional maturity. I'm always gonna be a step ahead of you emotionally. Because I am the divine feminine. Listen, you need to do this now. Okay? With whatever resources you have right now, both material and emotional and mental resources and spiritual resources, which they lack mostly. So they're very good with material and intelligent mental resources. When it comes to emotional resources, they have developed that recently, very recently. Again, 7 months. 7 months, and especially the last 3 months and the next 3 months, they're working on that a lot, specifically on that. Because again, they're not so focused on their career and material evolution, because they are already very stable on that and very grounded with that. They have already put in the work in the past for that. So they are already very advanced in their career. They have a lot of knowledge, expertise, status, influence already. They don't need to fight for that anymore. Okay, another message I'm getting. Please hold on, I need to drink again. Another thing I'm getting, when you connect and you talk a lot about all of this, specifically all of this, it has to be grounded. It has to be a grounded decision coming from them and from you. And it may be that you're gonna drink a lot and they're not gonna be able to tell you all of it unless they sip a bit. Unless they are a bit tipsy, unless they have a little bit of alcohol in their system. Especially if they are European. That's the truth serum. Okay, but what I'm getting is that they want to have the right emotional resources. They already have enough material resources, but they want to have enough emotional resources as well to know how to take care of you, because they want to be able to do that. Because like, you see this bull, it's like, what I'm seeing here is that you're this bull and this is them. Another thing I want to touch on is that this is kind of like paso doble. Do you know, like the there's a specific dance that mimics the that traditional bull fighting game. Well, it's not bull fighting game. It's the toreador games in Spain, you know, and that person is avoiding the bull and has the red flag. It's like it's like this is what they have been doing. They have been avoiding you being the bull, but right now they want to caress the bull. Oh my god. This is so funny. And it's also the message that A, you could be Taurus, B, if you're not ascendant sun moon Taurus, you can definitely have some Taurus placements. They could have some Taurus placements. Or if you don't have Taurus placements, definitely Venus and the moon are very important for you in your birth chart. And if you're the divine feminine, obviously, because they are the feminine astrological influences. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that they kind of want to bribe you out of the anger you may have. So they know you can have a lot of anger for their delay, rightfully so. But they want to get to know you, they're studying you, they're analyzing you at this point, because they don't want to fall into a trap, they don't want to fool themselves, and they want to know you very well. And they want to know how to drop all of these truths to you in a way that will not make you attack them, that will not make you unleash yourself at them. They don't want that. And they want to have, they want to know, so they want to come both from an emotional and material perspective towards you. Because what I'm seeing here, like, is the thing that they want to caress you when they're expressing their truth. Oh my god, for some of you, it can literally be during foreplay or sex or after sex, but more likely prior to sex. And they want to have, like, a cake or something, food or just material thing that satisfies you, that tempers you, that calms you, so that you can be focused on this thing while they drop their truth. And at the same time, through this thing, they want to show you, hey, look, listen, I have this thing for you, this cake for you, this whatever you want. And I'm giving it to you, and while you eat that thing, listen to me, what I have to say. And I'm just making sure that you're gonna be calm when I say these things, because you're eating this sweet cake or whatever satisfies you. They want to know what satisfies you. They want to know your pleasures and provide you those material pleasures. So, but they also want to know how to caress you. But I'm feeling like they already know how to do that. And they're gonna be very, very impulsive in the way they do that. They want to take care of you both emotionally and materially. Maturely, I'm hearing. This is sweet. Amazing. This is growing. This is a divine masculine who is maturing. Congratulations to them. Oh. I just heard thank you. Thank you a lot. Yeah, they put a lot of work. Okay, final messages. When is this happening? Soon. Remember what I told you about the message soon in tarot readings? Soon enough. I'm getting the message that you don't have to worry about this. Focus on yourself and your spiritual work. Yeah. Look, guys, look at this. Both of these cards are cards that talk about leaving the past behind. So you're literally leaving the past behind. I'm not allowed to say anymore. Especially with this card, what I'm getting is that I'm not allowed to say anymore. Okay. Why? You'll see, you're gonna be happy. This is all you need to know right now. You're gonna be happy. I'm not allowed to say anymore right now. You're gonna understand the reasons afterwards. What do you need to do right now? Okay, you just need to manifest yourself, your happiness, your whatever you want for yourself. Stay authentic and true to yourself. First of all, you are in your power. And listen to your intuition. And right now your intuition is coming very clearly to you. And if you don't feel it emotionally, if you don't feel your intuition coming through to you as you used to in the past, it's because it's coming through in a more stable way, mature air type of way, which is very mental. So whatever your mind consciously, very directly is telling you, listen to that. Because I'm feeling there's no consequences to that. It's leading you exactly where you need to be for this to happen. You don't need to worry about anything. Whoa, look, they fell again. So there's something you don't need to know right now. Yes, you're presented with a lot of options right now. There are a lot of options ahead of you. The message is do whatever you want. Have fun, play around, get to know things, have fun, discuss things. There's an ending of a very terrible situation. It's like someone faking death, but not necessarily willingly. It's like it's a rite of passage, basically, into a new world, into a new reality, a new, more stable reality, and more fulfilling reality. How is that gonna transpire? Oh, in a very curious manner. And this is the last message I have for you right now. Okay, I'm not allowed to tell you anymore. This is very interesting. Just be happy. You have the wisdom inside of you that you need. All the wisdom that you need. Look, when I gathered all the cards together, this is the card that came up. There are a lot of things from your past coming full circle to you right now in order to bring you the happiness that you deserved. Wherever you lacked emotional fulfillment in the past, it's coming to you right now, very beautifully, very creatively, very unexpectedly, and in a very curious manner. Look, look, look. Need I say more? Oh my god, so what I'm feeling right now with this final set of cards, if you're doubting this, you need to slap yourself, because it's happening for you. And you don't need to question when and why and how and where. You just need to know that it's happening despite all of the conflict and the turmoil that is happening or might have happened or will happen in the next few days. You're emerging from this victorious. That's all you need to know. Specific message for today. Focus on your future. Focus on your future, exactly how you want it to be, and manifest it exactly how you want it to be. Write it down. Burn some incense. Have a ritual. Have a spell. Whatever. Place your intentions. Look at the moon. Allow it to happen. Allow it to transpire. And just be happy. Oh my god. Everything is happening and coming full circle to you. Just be happy. I pulled some more cards, but there's no need for it. No, just be happy. Just be fulfilled within yourself, because you know it's happening. You know it's happening. Okay, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your intuition this time. Okay, don't doubt your intuition this time. Okay, oh, listen, look, you're right. Don't doubt your intuition this time. You have it all. You have all you need to know and all you need to do. Okay, goodbye. This is very beautiful. I love it. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to the reading. So, basically, what I have here is let's say roll and some oracle cards. I'm gonna first look at the oracle cards to see what messages they have for you. And then we're gonna look at the tarot. So, oh, perception and surrender. There's a reason I felt like putting this card first. And did you see how it ran away, basically? So it's like your perception, true perception, is running away from you right now for a reason or another. It may be because of stress, because you're putting too much pressure on yourself, or others are forcing you to do that, or they're putting too much pressure on yourself and you're taking that on. There's a message of surrender. Surrender to the divine. Let go of control. Basically, there's an ebb and flow of life. You need to listen to that and let go of control. Whatever seems to be happening right now, let go of the expectations. Oh my God, the child I was meant to be. I was feeling something in regards to family with this card. So expectations, again, the child I was meant to be. Gilded regret. Okay. So there are a lot of things that transpired in your past that you're feeling, that you're mourning, and you may even feel remorse for a lot of things. And your childhood, you may even feel like you didn't fulfill your childhood, like your childhood was not something that satisfied you, that just basically it was something that did not satisfy you, did not fulfill you. And you feel like you were supposed to be so much more within your childhood, and if only you were allowed to be yourself during your childhood, you wouldn't have become this mournful and regretful version of yourself. You know, mournful and regretful over who you were, who you would have been, who you were supposed to be or are supposed to be. The message is surrender all of that. Let go of the regret. You're not gonna fulfill anything in your life with regret. Trust me, trust us, me and your spirit guides and the higher realms that are communicating through me right now to you. You're not gonna fulfill anything with regret. The child I was meant to be, yeah, if you want to listen to that, great, listen to that, look at that, heal your inner child. You can even do some spiritual hypnosis. You can go to YouTube. Well, actually, if you're watching this video, you are already on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube channels that have such things, like past life healing or an inner child healing, hypnosis or meditation, whichever you want to call it. And this eye right now, this eye right here on the deck, this is giving me a message. Hold on a bit. So, from the beginning, when I was taking the photos for the thumbnail of this video and placing the cards for the piles, placing the decks, basically what I got with this is that a lot of people, when seeing this specific image, would get triggered and they would associate this with the depiction of the one seeing eye of the Illuminati, and they wouldn't want to check this video because of that, because they associate this specific depiction of this tarot deck with that, and it may trigger them to be like, oh my god, no, this tarot reader is connected to that. And by that, by extension, I'm getting the message that Maybe some of you were afraid to look at this message in the first place, to look at this tarot reading in the first place, but for good reason. Maybe it's because it's triggering something in you, it's triggering past wounds. Yeah, old wounds that are meant to be under healing right now. For some reason I heard it to be the result of healing. So the fact that you are listening to this message right now, to this tarot reading right now, is the result of your healing, is a confirmation of your healing. And if you're looking at this, I know it's a different shade, but it makes me look at the purple in this card, and the purple in this card struck me from the beginning. So it's basically a message of your spirituality. When you were born, listen to me, listen to this, it's very important. When you were born, you were very spiritual. Look at this. I feel like doing this mudra. This position of my hands and fingers at this point is a mudra, a sacred mudra. A mudra is a position of the hands that serves yoga practice. Did you see that? When I said yoga practice, I did that. So the child that was meant to be, a lot of people prevented you from using your spiritual abilities that are innate spiritual abilities. You don't need to learn anything in this lifetime. You only need to reawaken the knowledge that you already have. This whole purple in this card is showing us that you are already a master of a lot of spiritual knowledge, you've done a lot in your previous lives. Spiritually, you're very important. You are someone with a lot of knowledge. You came in with a lot of knowledge, but you are prevented from achieving your full potential because of your family, because of the circumstances you grew up into. You need to give that up right now. No matter how much you think that would cost or hurt other people, or especially people in your family that have certain expectations of you. Maybe you're still holding on to these expectations. The child that was meant to be, maybe they brought you up with certain ideas that you're meant to fulfill one role or another, or multiple roles within the family unit. And this was very toxic and very hurtful for you, and you had a lot of regret because you were not able to fulfill those roles that they were expecting you and telling you you're meant to fulfill those roles, but you were just a child. You are not supposed to fulfill those roles. So immediately an example of this that I'm getting is a mother that is expecting her child to act like her husband, to be able to provide for her like her husband would. This is not healthy. If this is the case, I'm sorry, but you need to cut the cords with your mother. If you don't want to do that fully, you can do it partially. 70%, then 80%, then 90%. I'm sorry, but if your mother is a narcissistic person, you kind of have to cut cords with her entirely. I don't care how that much hurts you or her. And if you are afraid of hurting her and losing her, honey, listen. If she hurts you, if she brought you up with pain and trauma and turmoil, she's not a true mother. A true mother would never do that. Listen to this. And you don't need to provide for her if she's not able to provide for herself. Oh my God, I was about to say for yourself. So this could even be the case that she was not able to provide for you when you were a child, and she was expecting you to provide for her from a very young age. Things that she was not able to provide for herself and you as well. Maybe she was expecting you to emotionally adjust yourself by yourself, to attune yourself to your emotional needs by default. And it's not the case, because that's why the mother is there in a person's life, to teach that child how to integrate their emotions and whatever emotional turmoil there may be the mother is there to help the child anchor themselves into emotional stability and emotional trust within themselves. So if you don't have that, if you have any kind of remorse for not fulfilling your parents' expectations of who you were supposed to be, you are not supposed to be that. You're supposed to be whoever you want to be. But this is the question, who do you want to be? At this point, when you're watching the reading, are you 100% that who you want to be is entirely who you want to be? You, the soul, you. And not what your parents have put into your brain when you were a little child. This is the question that you need to answer fully and truthfully. And after that, get into action. Whatever you need to cut from your life. If it's your parents, if your parents are toxic people, very demanding people of your attention and money or other resources, if that is damaging for you, cut them. Cut them from your life. Regardless of the consequences, regardless of how you think this may hurt them. If their presence in your life is not fulfilling you, they're not meant to be in your life. If their presence in your life is only bringing you regret, they're not your parents. They are just stupid people who don't know how to take care of a child. Okay? Listen to that. Oh my God. You don't need to take care of everyone, okay? You don't need to take care of everyone. You only need to take care of yourself, first of all, and then the people who appreciate you. If your parents or other people around you are not able to appreciate you, who you are, who you truly are, let go of that. Let go. Surrender. Surrender. Your perception shouldn't be influenced by your need to take control of every situation. Maybe the wounds from your past were influencing your perception of reality in your young adult life, and that's why you had a lot of regret and a lot of mournful experiences. But it's time to let go of that. Let go of control, surrender, and listen to who you want to be truly, and take action according to that. And don't be afraid of love. Love for yourself, for the divine, and for whomever is important to you, truly important. And those people that wouldn't hurt you and would truly and unconditionally love you, these are the people you need to listen to. These are the people you need to listen to and to keep in your life. And I'm also getting a message, your children will be like that. Your children, because of the healing you're doing and will continue to do within yourself, your children will be like that. Your children will be people who will accept you unconditionally. If you have any kind of fear that your children will treat you or will perceive you the same way you perceive your parents, or any kind of fear that you will do the same mistakes that your parents did, no. This will not happen. But in order for this to be like this, you need to listen to your inner child and let go of the past and let go of the people who hurt you. You need to do that. Whew. I'm getting that Halloween is very important for you for one reason or another. And you can do a lot of purging during Halloween and the autumn season and the Scorpio season. But especially Halloween. It's very important for you for one reason or another. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of turmoil that you need to listen to. Listen to this turmoil that is going on within you. Listen to whatever regrets you have about the past and look at the root cause of that. And the root cause of that is coming from this, from the child that you were supposed to be, from all the influences that you had during your childhood. Surrender all of that, please. Don't listen to all the pressure that you've been put under. The Hierophant. You're a very spiritual person, a very powerful person. You just need to tune into that. I'm also hearing that your spirituality is a very earthy spirituality. So you may, there are two messages here. You may be very much a person connected to the magic of the druids, or any kind of magic that you practice. Oh my God, listen. So the druid type of magic, the earthy magic, the pagan European traditional magic is something that will help you tremendously in healing this whole trauma that has caused all of this delay in your life. Okay, so anything that you need to control is only within yourself. This is the only thing that you need to control, nothing else. Control yourself, your emotional stability, emotional world, spiritual world, your reactions to the world around you, to all of this turmoil that was caused within you by the circumstances of your past, and listen to that, tap into your emotional maturity, because you are emotionally mature. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe you don't know the full potential of that. If you know the full potential of that, don't get triggered. There's a message for someone else in here who doesn't know that, okay? Alright, so whether you are aware of that or not, whether you are aware of the full extent of your emotional maturity or not, tap into that and use that. And you're very earthy. You're very much connected to the earth. So whenever you practice spirituality, be sure to anchor a little bit of earth within those practices. You can hold a crystal, you can hold some moss. Moss is very important to a lot of you. A lot of you were actually priests in the past, priests and priestesses of the earth magic. And you can have a lot of earth placements in this life. A lot of you can have water planets, and that would be Neptune, Pluto, and the moon, in earth placements, or in earth houses, and that's the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th houses. So be sure to look at that, and be sure to have someone analyze your chart, but someone who is able to look into your ancestry. Maybe some of you could look at the Druid calendar, the calendar of the Gallic people. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Okay, 2 of Wands. You're debating things too much. You're an overthinker. You're someone who analyzes things through and through all the time, because this is the only thing that you've known. This is the only thing that you were accustomed to, and this is the only way you were. It's basically a coping mechanism for you. So this is how you learned to deal with reality. But basically, reality is not the way you want it to be anymore. The reality that you knew in your past is not serving you anymore. This is a time of transformation, and I'm hearing a lot of you have already undergone that transformation. At this point, you just need to fulfill this whole karmic cycle and come back into yourselves, your full spiritual selves. Alright, so this is about your twin flame and your twin flame journey. So your twin flame is... I'm getting 2 messages here. Basically, your twin flame is embodying the archetype of the King of Swords, but so are you. So there's a very powerful mirroring situation right now, where both of you are mirroring one another. Maybe it's because there are still things that need to be triggered and awakened inside of you, inside both of you. Maybe at this point. So I'm getting that the people who are gonna watch this video very soon after I am uploading it are gonna be in the first category, and the people who are gonna watch this later on are gonna be in the second category. And it may even be the same people. You may even come back to this reading a while later. Okay, so the first category is the category of twin flames who are not yet in full union, or you may just be talking to your twin flame but not fully, you have not fully healed everything within your connection, and you still need to undergo some healing of the traumas that you have gone through in your past, and especially traumas that you have caused one unto another, especially because of the childhoods you had, because of all the twin flame situation and the fact that you had to trigger things within one another in order to be able to look at those things and do the healing. You do not need to be resentful. So if any of you is resentful of one another, if you are resentful of your twin flame, please don't be anymore. If your twin flame is still resentful of you, bring them to this message so that they hear this message that they don't need to be anymore. Okay, hold on, please, I need to drink. I'm drinking some wine, some dark red wine, because I am Romanian and it looks like blood. Oh my god. I hope I'm moving on my chair, and the sound that you just heard, that sounds like farting, is basically the chair moving, so I hope you don't think I'm farting during your reading. Okay. So if your twin flame is resentful of you, please take them to this reading so that they understand that there are things. Oh, that was the chair. Okay, that was the chair. So please bring them to this reading so that they understand that there are things that both of you still need to heal, and they need to be patient with you. You need to be patient with one another, equally patient with one another. Maybe you're the divine masculine. There are very, very high chances that you're actually the divine masculine in this connection. Oh my god, when I said that, I felt a very high karmic load. Okay, so you need your, oh my god, you need your divine feminine into your life in order to release this whole karmic load. Honey, you actually have a very quite literal load in you, a very sexual load that you need to release with or within your divine feminine. There's a lot of sexual tension. There's a lot of tension between the two of you, but especially sexual tension, and you, oh my god, you won't be able to solve any other problems and patterns of your twin flame connection until you have some good passionate sex that is able to release the sexual tension between the two of you. And when you do that, maybe with some wine or any other method of relaxing one another, will be a good way of approaching the situation and approaching a good, honest conversation about the past and what happened, what transpired, the reasons behind all of this, the reasons, the things you regret, the reasons you acted the way you acted, what you want to fulfill next, what you want to accomplish, what you see in the future, and why you took so long to fulfill all of this, and have this honest, beautiful conversation that takes no hold of the past anymore and looks into the future with a beautiful feeling of surrender and understanding of the high spiritual importance of your connection. Please listen to that. Oh my god, honey, you need to release you need to have sex. Literally, you need to have sex with your divine, not with anyone else. You need to have sex with your divine feminine. This is gonna release a lot of tension and a lot of turmoil within you. You're so stressed. You're so stressed about this. Listen. If you're still not fully united, not fully... if there are still things that need to be resolved between the two of you, and you don't know how to approach the situation, first, fuck, and then talk, okay? You're gonna be a lot more relaxed, a lot more secure within yourself. I'm hearing that just the way you're gonna look into each other's eyes when you do that is gonna be a confirmation for you that you don't need to worry about this connection, and you don't need to have that much stress within yourself. Okay, honey, calm down. The situation is not as dire as you make it be because of your remorse, because of your regret. Okay, listen to the past as it was. Understand that you cannot change the past, and proceed in the future cautiously, carefully, but diligently. Your divine counterpart is gonna appreciate that. Okay? And whatever you want to offer it without fear and without expectation. And you're gonna be surprised by the results. Honey, maybe you've been drinking a lot in the past. You need to give up on that. You need to surrender a little bit. Maybe you need to meditate more than you drink. Okay. I'm not saying stop drinking. Okay? It's nice to have a sip once in a while, but not exaggerate. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of a karmic load that you kept within yourself that you just need to release. Oh my God. Okay, so we have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So what I see here is that the Divine Feminine is the King of Swords and the Divine Masculine is the King of Pentacles. So what you need to do is you need to be very careful with her. She's very cautious as well, but like more like mentally cautious. You are more like materially cautious. So these two words need to come together. How will they come together? In a very beautiful way, in a very playful, childish way. You just need to go on a date. Have a drink. Relax. Relax. Again, the situation is not as dire as you make it be. If only you learn how to get out of your head and listen to your intuition, what your intuition is telling you. Have a little bit of fun with your inner self. Do you see how the swing is getting out of this King of Pentacles? Listen to your divine self and your own inner child. Page of Swords, yeah, explore new ways of possibility. Be creative. And whatever you like, the moment you feel spontaneous, acting spontaneous towards your divine feminine, yeah, take action with that. She's gonna like it, and you're gonna like it as well, probably more than her. Knight of Wands. Okay, there's a powerful message here. Please hold on. Okay, so there's some kind of duality with this card here. Knight of Wands, you are both chained and freed by your desire. So it's like you want to contain yourself, but there's a lot of desire, and there's a lot of desire that you've been having so far. You somewhat need to contain that for a while until you can't. Oh my God, I'm feeling like you can't. Like you need to release yourself physically right away. Well, so honey, have a wank before you talk to your divine feminine. Just have a wank. Release yourself physically. before you have a conversation. The conversation that needs to happen. Just release yourself. Release some of that tension. Even if it's not fully, at least part of it, you need to release it before you approach your divine feminine. Because you're kind of restrained by your own desire, but your own desire is the very thing that liberates you from this whole turmoil. So listen to that. You're torn between two worlds, and both of them are worlds of desire. Wow. The Chariot. Yeah, go for it. Shoot your shot. Oh my god. This is so sexual. Shoot your shot. Yeah. Whatever you understand when I'm saying shoot your shot, that's the message that you need to hear. Whatever you understand when I'm saying that. Okay, Ace of Wands. This could not get even... This is so sexual. You're so burning and bursting with desire, and you need to both contain and fulfill and release yourself. There's a lot of turmoil within yourself. Queen of Pentacles. Listen. Your divine feminine is more than willing to receive this energy. This whole big energy that you have for her. And you may even be a woman displaying divine masculine tendencies. I don't care, okay? So in my readings, the divine masculine is he, the divine feminine is she, okay? So the divine feminine is more than willing. She's actually dreaming of this, but she's not going to step out of her comfort zone. And if her comfort zone was different in the past, well, basically in the twin flame connection, the divine feminine initially is the chaser. So if that, oh baby, listen, if that was the only way you thought to be the approval, the sign of her desire for you when she chases you, that's not the case. Because right now she's standing within her power. She's taken her energy back because she understood that she doesn't need to chase you. Because you are the divine masculine, okay? You need to be the chaser, but you're far too afraid. For some reason, you need to overcome these fears. There's no need to have those fears, okay? Listen to me. You're gonna be exquisitely happy if you release those fears and if you release yourself from yourself. Again, just have a wank. Please, have a wank. Right after this reading. And then text your divine feminine. Contact her, please. You need to settle this. You're so tensed. There's so much tension here that you need to release. And the way to release that is a lot more simple than you imagine. You're making so many scenarios in your head uselessly. Again, please listen to me. Stop listening to your ego. And when I say listen to me, it's not because it's me and my ego telling you something. It's me and a message here, a divine message coming from your own spirit guides and your own higher self or your incarnate self. It's basically, it's like a slap on your ass to get you out of all of these patterns that you have been listening to and all of your stupid, limiting comfort zone that has been keeping you away from your desires and your divine counterpart, your divine, beautiful feminine. Oh my God. Baby, listen, please. Listen to yourself, first of all. Just listen to yourself. Have a wank. Oh my God. Okay. I feel like this card is about money and money challenges, and you've been disappointed about this. I feel like you want to provide so much because the divine feminine is in your mind is someone who deserves so much, and I feel you. Yes. But at the same time, she doesn't want to waste time, and she doesn't want to keep on waiting for you. Okay? This is a very important message. And again, I'm hearing, listen to me. It's like your spirit guides and your divine self are coming through to you through this reading. Listen to me. Stop listening to yourself as of your incarnate self and whatever coping mechanisms and survival mechanisms and whatever your ego self has learned in this lifetime in order to adjust to this world, this sick, twisted world, and the patterns of this world and whatnot. Just release all of that. Again, have a wank and then meditate a little bit. Just be in your bed, relaxed, released, a little bit fulfilled. Think of what you actually want to achieve and then provide for your divine feminine with whatever you have right now. Because the divine feminine is not willing to wait anymore. Again, listen to this. This is the last call. Actually, for some of you, I'm hearing that the divine feminine is willing to be just 3 times again patient. After that, she's gonna lose it all. If your next 3 interactions are fucked up, she's gonna lose it. And when I say lose it, I mean, oh, did you see that? I mean, like, she's gonna leave you, baby. She's gonna lose her interest here, and she's already in the process of doing that. But she still has love for you, you stupid animal. This is a message coming directly from your divine feminine. You stupid animal. Stop wasting time. I don't have that much time, okay? Listen to me. Do something. Stop being stupid. Whew. 6 of Swords. It sounded like I said 6 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, you have a lot of sexual tension. So 6 of Swords. You need to go away. Okay, so first of all, you yourself, the divine masculine, you need to go away, retreat somewhere to kind of like listen to your own thoughts, somewhere where it's peaceful, and you need to listen to your own thoughts. Maybe you're gonna drive there by yourself, and the whole road, the whole time you're driving there, maybe it's gonna be raining. And I'm getting this image that it's gonna be raining, it's gonna be at night or at dusk, and you're gonna see the lights on the sides of the road, and they're gonna be like guiding lights for you, like they're gonna be stirring something within you. Like when you see those lights, you're gonna remember this message and this reading, and you're gonna be able to just release whatever you need to release. I'm not talking about physical release. I'm talking about mental release and spiritual release. And you're gonna be able to just run away for 2-3 days from all the turmoil of your world, and you're gonna be able to make a bit more sense of your life and your situation. And when you come back from that, you're gonna amazing. You're gonna come into union. You're gonna have the potential and the courage and the resources necessary to contact your divine feminine for that. And when I say resources, I don't just mean material resources, even though you need that as well, yes. But it's like mental, emotional, and passional resources needed to contact your divine feminine. And just one piece of advice: whenever you feel the impulse to contact your divine feminine, just fucking do it, okay? Stop overthinking, just fucking do it. Take charge of your own life. Just be the magician of your own life, the person you were born to be from the beginning, not the child you were meant to be, expected to be. Release all those expectations, listen to who you want to be, and take charge based on that. Stand in your fucking power, because you have a lot of that. You just need to listen to it, and listen to who you truly are, amigo. Also listen to your emotional world. It's not something scary, it's not something that will make you weak. It's something that will make you vulnerable, yes, but you don't need to fear being vulnerable, at least not with her. Because it's gonna bring you a lot of fortune if you tap into this vulnerability. There's a lot of strength actually in this vulnerability, in your ability to own this vulnerability and accept the fact that this is the fucking love of your life, okay, amigo? I don't know why I feel like saying amigo, but maybe you're gonna listen. Yeah, just march ahead without fear of your expectations and the results and all of that. You just need to go straight forward right now, both physically, mentally, spiritually, and yes, sexually. Go ahead, amigo. Yes, do it, please. And let me know afterwards how it's been like. And you can thank me and your spirit guides and your higher self afterwards. You're welcome. Hello, my sweet babies. Welcome to your reading. So, you are the ones that got a lot of oracle cards, more than the other piles. Okay, so, enchantment, interesting. Discernment, sanctuary, release. If by any chance you were attracted to pile 2, listen to that. Is this me? I love this depiction. It reminds me of World of Warcraft. So if you played World of Warcraft, I don't know why this is coming through, but it just reminds me of that. There's a lot of intensity and a lot of heaviness and a lot of release that needs to happen here. Alright, I'm getting the message with the World of Warcraft. So basically, do you know how in the World of Warcraft universe there are so many races and so many species and so many people? Yeah, you're a starseed. And it's basically, you're here to anchor more of that starseed knowledge and consciousness within the earth plane. And you could even come from Lemurian past lives, or Arcturian past lives, or even Syrian past lives. In any case, just species and eras, ages when people were blue-skinned. Colorless angel. Oh my god, so there's a lot of disappointment that you feel with this world. I get you. I understand you. Anger and chaos. Anger and chains. Okay. So what I'm feeling with this, like the way the card flew from my hands. It's like you feel like giving up. You feel like, oh baby, I feel you. You feel like giving up on this world, on this mission, on this incarnation, on all of this. Perchance to dream. So this is echoing Shakespeare. There's a certain play that Shakespeare wrote, and there's a passage there that says, to dream, perchance, to sleep, perchance, to dream. So what I'm getting is that you feel like dreaming right now is, there's a lot of pain with that. Dreaming right now is the only way you can reconnect to your ancient star ancestry, ancient divine bloodline and soul family and all of that. But you are powerful. You need to know that. There are two sides of you. And at times you switch between them. You switch between being hopeless and feeling powerless and feeling devoid of any fulfillment, lost in this world, that makes you angry and makes you feel like you are in chains. And you feel like dreaming, whether it's daydreaming or just literal dreams. This is the only way you can reconnect to your ancient self, your true self, your divine self. But it's not the case. You can do that by your physical incarnation. You don't need to comply and you don't need to limit yourself to a victim mentality. You need to get out of this victim mentality. And what I'm hearing here is listen to Kali, goddess Kali, goddess Durga, goddess Lakshmi, Krishna, Ganesha, Skanda. A lot of the Hindu gods and goddesses, literally, a lot of you watching this reading had past lives in ancient Lemuria. And you're very protected by a lot of divine beings, and you can be in contact with those divine beings. You just need to listen and take care of yourself. Listen to the sanctuary that your soul is calling to. But it's not just this sanctuary doesn't have to be a hopeless sanctuary that comes only when you sleep or you daydream. You need to release expectations. This came through for all piles. You need to release expectations. You're a very beautiful soul and you're a blessing to this world, which sometimes for our own selves can feel like a curse, because we feel like there's not enough of a blessing for us in this world because we are the blessing for this world. But what is the blessing for us in this world? So this is kind of like this paradox. You need to release a lot. There's a lot of inner purging that you have to do. And that's why a lot of the dark gods and goddesses can help you. Osiris, Anubis, Hecate, Hermes / Mercury, Ganesha, Skanda, Mars, Aries. A lot of the deities of the threshold between worlds connect to those deities. It's gonna help you a lot. If you need more detailed guidance about this, you can contact me and we can have personal readings about the specific steps. But you need to connect to your dark self. It's very interesting because before, in the other piles, some of the other piles were specifically for the Divine Feminine, some of the other piles were specifically for the Divine Masculine. But here, I feel like it doesn't matter. A lot of you can be Divine Feminines, a lot of you can be Divine Masculines, it just doesn't matter. There is the message of what you're meant to achieve in this world, and it's basically what you are meant to achieve within yourselves. There's the message of emotional fulfillment and emotional achievement. Listen to your dreams. There are a lot of messages in your dreams that you need to decode right now. And you need to go within a sanctuary of bliss and discernment. Maybe you even have past lives in Asia. And Lemuria is actually connected to nowadays Asia. A lot of you can actually be Lemurian starseeds. Some of you can be Arcturians, Syrians, Lyrans, and Lemurians. Or if that's not necessarily your soul blueprint, it's definitely timelines and places where you had a lot of incarnations. And you need to connect that. So yeah, there's a lot of purging that needs to happen within your pile. So, you're still on your healing journey. For a lot of you in this pile, it's very personal. It's not so much of a focus on your twin flame journey as much as it is a personal focus on your own journey of individualizing yourself from your twin flame and your family and your community and the society you grew up in and the expectations that people had of you. Again, I'm hearing the message of you needing to connect to the dark deities. And when I say the dark deities, I don't mean evil. I mean deities of the threshold, deities of the underworld, deities of purging, deities of death, deities of transformation, and even Scorpio energy. You need to integrate certain things within yourself that at this point a lot of you are not even aware of. Your consciousness needs to be expanded a lot more than you expect. It can be that you're fooling yourselves with some expectations that you have of this world. So you need to pull back your focus from the world back to yourself. You need to purge within yourself. And when that purging is complete and you fulfill that, you can come back to the world and the world will align with your desires and your wants. But before that, it will not happen. You will be frustrated with the world until you fulfill all of this process within yourself. So there's basically a calling right now for inner alchemy that you have to go through. And that's going to awaken a very powerful spark within you, a spark of enlightenment, a spark of passion, a spark of pleasure for life. Amazing. So right now, when I just said that, one of my neighbors started playing some music. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I think it's nice that this comes right at the moment when I'm saying that you're going to reawaken passions and pleasures for life, for living life. Okay. Yeah, things are going to turn in your fortune, but for that, you need to fulfill this inner alchemy. It's a long process. A lot of you are at different stages within this process, but for many of you, it's a process that takes 8 years. Now, don't be triggered. It's not necessarily 8 years from now. It's 8 years in total. You may already be in the middle of this process, so it's only gonna take 4 years from now. Or it just depends. You may be already like 1 year into the process and it's gonna take 7 years from now. Or who knows, maybe 3 years from now. Because you're already doing the inner alchemy. But things, there's this thing of a process needing to take place. And there's a feeling of abandonment. And it's a dualistic feeling of abandonment, because it's abandonment within pleasures, but also abandonment within, besides abandonment within desires, it's abandonment within hopelessness, and just abandonment of everything and hopelessness. So in order to heal that and tackle with that, you need to regain your sense of victory and fulfillment within yourself. So you need to go back to yourself. You need to understand who you are. For a lot of you, it's like 80% of you watching this pile, you're in separation, or some of you may not even have met your twin flame yet. It's just a matter of you focusing on yourself and your own inner traumas and turmoils, and regaining your trust within yourself. Again, this message is coming through and through working with the dark entities, working with Scorpio energy, energies of the threshold, deities of the threshold, deities and angels and archangels of the threshold. And when I say threshold, I mean the threshold between worlds. The nighttime and the autumn season are important for you. You can achieve a lot within those times. There's a lot that needs to be released. I feel a lot of karmic... So I was about to say karmic decency. So there's the thing that you inherited a lot of a karmic load from your own past and your family's past and your community's past, and like a lot of things, but there's a decency to you. You're a very decent person and decent soul that's not going to burst, that's not going to react. But this whole karmic load just feels like a burden onto yourself. So you can be a starseed or an earth angel or both. And you're not going to react because of this pain and this karmic load and this emotional load. But you're just going to take, or this is what you've been doing up until now. You're just holding that within yourself and restraining yourself and suppressing all of that. You don't need to do that anymore. This is why you have to connect to the supreme goddesses and gods and angels and archangels that you feel connected to, and especially Scorpio energy. You need to release all of this, and I'm hearing head into trauma. You need to face that. So maybe even such processes as soul retrieval, if you know about that. If you don't know about that, you can Google it and see who can help you with that. If you want my help with that, you can contact me and we can connect to whichever deity is most connected to you and closest to you. there's a lot of load and a lot of karma and a lot of trauma and a lot of conflict that you've been suppressing. So you've been inheriting a lot of conflict that you've been suppressing, and you need to release that. Some of you can even tune into sexual magic after you release this. Okay, Ace of Wands. Okay, so basically union with your divine feminine and masculine, whichever you are, whether you're the divine masculine or the divine feminine. Union with your divine counterpart is not gonna come unless you fulfill this, unless you do this whole karmic purge within yourself. So this is not so much a message about your external circumstances. It's a lot about your internal world, your internal mission, and your more personal mission in this life. You need to walk away from the past and the things that have hurt you in the past. And the process of doing that is going to vary from person to person. And that's why you... Okay, so I'm going to say next. What I'm going to say next comes from either one of your spirit guides, either one of the deities that I have talked about. So the message is you need to connect to me. We need to work together. You need to repress and then release what you've been oppressing within yourself and repressing within yourself. So you need to repress the repressing, basically. It's kind of like a paradox, an antithesis of what's been going on. But you will not be able to manage all of this on your own. You need to connect to me and to work with me. We need to work together for all of this. Only I can guide you through all of this because I know the way. I am in the unseen world. You don't have that much power over this because you're incarnate. You're not in the unseen world. I am in the unseen world. I am in the higher hierarchies, in the higher spheres of the unseen world. I have power over this. I can connect you to your higher self, your higher power, your higher self, and highest self. You need to connect to me. So do it. Let's do it all together. Amen. Okay, baby. So yeah, do that. Which this is the most important card in the reading because it's exactly the card representing the deity/deities you need to work with, you need to receive the messages and guidance from. So if you're unsure about this, you can contact me and we can work together, have another reading, see whatever messages come from that deity or those deities and angels, and see the exact steps and rituals and processes, spiritual processes that need to occur within yourself in order to do this healing and release yourself from the karmic tension. Because there is some karmic tension here that you need to release. But it's like you're blindfolding yourself, or you have been blindfolded to this, but you need to release. Knight of Pentacles. It's a process that you need to take step by step. You don't need to rush this process. You just need to take it step by step without fear, with confidence. You don't need to force it. You just need to know that there are a lot of spiritual entities and elders, angels, archangels, hierarchies on your side, helping you, allowing you to see the truth within this. You just need to connect to your entire spiritual team, and especially the higher hierarchies of the spheres of life and knowledge and essence of existence. And once you do this, you'll be able to see the truth within yourself and do and make and take all the choices that you weren't able to do or you were too afraid to do in the past. It's a liberating process that needs to take place within yourself. Okay, you need to liberate yourself from any restrictions that were imposed onto you based on the way this world is. And again, the message is only I can do that. So whatever deity or angel, archangel you're thinking of when I'm saying only I can do that for you, think of that deity, connect to that deity. If you think that you cannot do it by yourself, contact me. We can do it together. But the message is only I can do that. Only I can break those chains, those patterns, the suffering. The star. You see? It's a message of reconnecting you to your past ancestry, your cosmic ancestry, your star self. Reconnecting you to your soul purpose, your soul family, and your soul tribe. And then this is bringing into your material, oh my God, your material reality, strength, passion, purpose, you being able to provide for yourself in a fulfilling way. But it's a process that takes a little bit of time. You just need to digress from all of your fears and learn what they come from and integrate all of that. Analyze your karmic process and your karmic load and essence, and release that and integrate that, transmute that, and heal that within yourself so that you can stand in your power. And then everything from your past will come back around through you and for you to release all of this and fulfill all of this. It's amazing and I love it. What you need to know right now for this current moment in time. Knight of Swords. So don't be afraid to march into this head on. There's nothing for you to fear. Sorry. There's nothing for you to fear. And again, the message from this specific deity, only I can heal that and only I can hear that. Okay, so listen to this, my friend. Listen to this. I feel like saying amigo, but maybe it's because I'm Romanian, and Romanian it's a Romance language, and it's connected to Italian, French, and Spanish, and amigo is a Spanish word. Maybe that means something to somebody. I don't know. Yeah, but you need to rush into this without fear. And we can do it all together. And whenever you hear this, we can do it all together. Whether you're thinking about, we can do it all together, you and me, the one doing the reading right now, and your spirit guides, or just you and your spirit guides, or you and this particular deity, or just whatever you feel like is the truth for your own personal being. Listen to that. Don't postpone it anymore. Don't linger on it. There's a lot of pain here that needs to be healed and released. A lot of karmic unloading. So you need to do that and not be afraid of that. I love you. And again, you don't need to be afraid, especially not afraid of your own self, because there's a lot of material beauty to this life that you need to awaken to after you fulfill this whole promise within yourself, because essentially it is a promise of reawakening the passion for life. Amen. I love this. Oh, hello, my sweet beloveds. Welcome to this reading. So, this reading is, this is the final pile of this reading, and it's a bit of a different message here, because the first pile was the pile of people who have no twin flame, but they think they do. And they need to hear that they don't. The next three piles are the readings for people who do have a twin flame. And they are full of messages that they need to hear at whatever moment they watch the video. But this final pile is the pile of people who... it's a bit more than the first pile. So the first pile is people who don't have a twin flame. This pile is for people who may have a twin flame but haven't met them yet, or have met a false twin flame. So if you've been attracted to both piles, the first and this last pile, chances are you may have met a false twin flame. If you've only been attracted to this pile alone, the last pile, you have a twin flame, but you haven't met them yet. Or you may have met them in your dreams. And you need to connect to them. But what I'm feeling is that your connection to your twin flame is a lot more pure, a lot more stable, a lot easier than for other people. Okay, so we have new beginnings, gratitude, change, transition, thought, patience. Oh, already this whole spread kind of echoes the twin flame journey. So it's a new beginning. Obviously, I love this depiction, this card. Gratitude. Gratitude for the change that is occurring for you. Whoa. I love the way I moved this. So maybe this is a meaning of pushing the past away from you. Moving according to the change, the transition. I feel that it's amazing that we have the card of change and then the card of transition after one another. Then we have the card of thought. So this is confirmation that you do this by yourself. Maybe not all of it, but at least a big chunk of it is a manifestation. This whole change is something that is bringing your desired reality into your material world, but you need patience for this. So whether you have a twin flame or a soulmate, basically this final pile is a pile for people who have a twin flame, but may or may not come into union with this twin flame in this lifetime. That's why this pile may be connected to the first pile or one of the 3 other piles. So this is the thing. If you are connected to the first pile and then you listen to this pile, you have met a false twin flame. But you do have a twin flame who is yet to come into your life. And you're going to go through this whole twin flame journey by yourself at first and then with your twin flame. You need to understand peace. You need to bring peace to yourself and to this world. And that's a very important mission. Awakening. You're awakening within yourself, and you may be also awakening other people around you, and this is a very beautiful message. Adventure. So whatever your soul calls you to do, whatever your higher self, your soul self, is calling you to do in this life, do it. It's a life of adventure and union. So the message is, yes, you do have a twin flame, a divine counterpart, but it may not have been the one you thought to be at first. So this pile is for 2 types of people. Either the people that first had a false twin flame, and then they will come into union with their true twin flame. Or the people who, this is more tricky and maybe triggering for some people. People who do have a twin flame, but they will not come into union with their twin flame in this lifetime. This is especially true for the people who are attracted to the first pile as well. But they will come into union with themselves and a soulmate. Because there are certain twin flames who don't come into union in the first lifetimes of coming incarnate as twin flames. It happens because it's the first lifetimes you come incarnate as twin flames. It's still a new thing to you, so it's still a bit of a challenge. So it's a lot easier to come into union with soulmates than your twin flame. So know that you do have a twin flame, but it's not the counterpart that you're gonna have in this life. It's not the spouse or the lifelong partner that you're gonna have for this lifetime. It's that partner is gonna be a soulmate. But this doesn't mean that you don't have a twin flame. It means that you do have a twin flame who's going to be there in your life. But you need to release them because they're not willing to put in the work to come together with you. They're not willing to look at their full shadow and release that and heal that in order to be with you. They're still struggling with themselves and with the trauma and karma that they have to go through. You just need to focus on yourself. And for this lifetime, you're gonna meet a soul mate, part of your soul family that's gonna fulfill you, and you're gonna be together and you're gonna be happy with them. Beauty. See, there is beauty to this life. You just need to release some of the things from the past, especially your twin flame, and reawaken yourself to the beauty of a soulmate connection. In future lifetimes, you're gonna have the twin flame union. It's just not the right time now for you. And right now, a message for right now that you need to hear: celebration. What needs to be celebrated within your life? Look at the things you need to be grateful for. This is gonna call in new beginnings, freedom in your life, change, transition. And it's gonna bring in the necessary changes that will bring you together with your soul tribe, and therefore your, I was about to say your twin flame union. So maybe this soulmate that comes into your life is gonna be a lot more for you than what your twin flame is in this lifetime. Abundance. Final card of this reading is a confirmation that this is a lifetime of abundance for you, and you don't need to worry. You're gonna be fulfilled, spiritually and materially fulfilled in this lifetime. There's nothing for you to worry about. You just need to listen to your intuition and know that you have a guardian angel guiding you all the time. So you just need to listen to that and be grateful for that. I love you. Goodbye.